Good morning everyone and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Sim news video. Today we've got quite a balanced news video focusing on add-ons that are out and add-ons that are upcoming, so shall we get right into it. First off, starting with FS Dream Team and their interesting Ground Service X Pro add-on. FS Dream Team have released an update that introduces a feature that many people wanted. Remote de-icing pads. It means you no longer have to de-ice quite unrealistically at your gate, and now instead can taxi off to a de-icing pad at your wintry airport, load up Ground Services X if you haven't got it loaded up already, and get the trucks coming out to you. Now I think it's a pretty cool feature, but Ground Services X is notorious for being quite expensive. It comes in at a price of $33 US. Personally, I would say it's 100% worth it. It's definitely not the most seamless add-on, but really can boost your immersion, and the things like global jetway and ground service replacement really does make it worth it in my opinion. It basically means whatever airport you go to, it looks cool, and there's now even remote icing pads, which is pretty cool as we fly with winter ops at the moment here in Europe. I was in Zurich in real life the other day and went over to the de-icing pad there before takeoff, so quite well timed in that regard. It is relatively easy to set up. You go to the Ground Service X menu, maybe when you've stopped at your de-icing pad, or depending on how it's been set up before you head over there. You select the type of de-icing fluid you would like, and there's 4 up for grabs. I don't think they have any difference at the moment anyway, and then you select what percentage you'd like, whether that be 50% of your aircraft, 75% or 100%. Pretty nice details, but do remember at the end of the day, it is aesthetic only. It doesn't actually de-ice your aircraft yet, seeing as Asobo haven't unlocked that in the software development kit. It's definitely something FS Dream Team, I imagine, will want to fix in the future, but at the moment it is purely cosmetic. That does mean if you head over to a de-icing pad, here's a little tip: head into development mode, turn that on via settings, and then go up into the top bar and you can turn off all your ice there. There's a little slider you can pull and you can therefore remove all your ice. So while it's not 100% realistic in that regard, you can get around this mild inconvenience. All in all, it's a really cool feature to have. I know it has existed on previous versions, maybe 10 to 12 years ago, for example on Flight Sim X, but it's nice to see it on Microsoft Flight Sim. Expensive, but in my opinion worth it, and now even better. Moving over to another news story, Miltech Simulations have issued an update for their MV22B Osprey that was released last year in autumn. Version 1.10 fixes several bugs, adds many improvements as well as a few new features, and the update is now available right through Orbx Direct, of course, where else would it be. It includes as a model missile approach warning system. Personally, I'm not too sure how that would work in Microsoft Flight Sim, seeing as there's no missiles. Fixing some noise issues, sound issues during startup, adding wheel chocks and pitot covers, and a lot more. It was a pretty advanced add-on at the time of release, so it's nice to see many improvements occur. This will be coming to Xbox pending Sim Update 12 release, which is coming in late February or early March, I believe, so hopefully not too far away. Of course, available for PC now via Orbx Direct. Please do check it out if you like flying military aircraft, especially unique military tilt rotors. Moving over to the controversial E-Jets project, it's received an update 09.2. I spoke about 09.1 last week, and I have to be honest, I'm very happy that the Flight Sim Studio team are updating at such a quick speed. It's a little update, but it does matter at the end of the day. They've worked on flight physics, they're still working hard on the FMS backend code, and they still understand that there is many ILS problems that of course move over into the problems of VNAV, seeing as it's almost non-existent there. The big feature of this update is that it includes throttle calibration, which means if you did have throttle issues, you should have it no longer. There's also numerous bug fixes, such as the auto brake not disconnecting on manual braking, and certain runways not being selectable in the McDo. All in all, a small update, but it's worth it. Hopefully they'll continue with it. If not, they'll have very angry customers, so I imagine they will. You can read the full changelog at their website. An interesting add-on is set to be released. Some of you may have heard of Boris, a developer before. He works on sound packs for Microsoft Flight Sim and has even worked on the fly-by-wire A320NX sounds. He's set to release the Cessna 172 sound set for Microsoft Flight Sim on PC at the moment. I have to say, from the trailer video, it looks absolutely awesome. Sounds incredibly realistic, as you'd expect. You'll be able to pick this up on Sim Market and Orbex Direct for around €15 plus any local tax. Just have a listen to some of those sounds. I think they speak for themselves. It does sound really good, especially externally. While I don't fly the Cessna 172 much, I'm more a 152 guy, this may actually take my fancy because it does sound really realistic. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below. And finally, speaking of some scenery, and although this was released as a handcrafted airport when Microsoft Flight Sim was released, you can now buy Airworthy Design's rendition of St. Barthélemy, or St. Barts, in the wonderful French Caribbean, a really beautiful island. And of course, Airworthy Designs go above and beyond. They don't just model the airport, they model the whole island. Of course the airport is the focus, but alas, it is really good to see. I mean, you guys know the famous approaches that occur here. Do I need to talk about it? No, not really. I'm going to show you some screenshots. It looks beautiful. If you like flying in this area, you may want to check it out. It comes in at €18.50 on Sim Market. Convert it into your local currency to find out how much it would cost you. It is FPS friendly. But be aware, from what I've been seeing on the internet, it may conflict with the Orbex South America mesh at the moment. So if you have that, maybe put it on hold. Leave your thoughts on it down below. There we have it, guys. All your Microsoft Flight Sim news for you all today. Really cool de-icing update to Ground Service X and some interesting add-on developments. From me today, that is all. I'll see you around. Have a fantastic day. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe and check out pilotstudd.co.uk if you enjoy my content. I'll see you around. Bye bye.